Hello, greetings, pilots. Today we're going to be honing our skills versus the ASSERT Corporation. They've been kind enough to lend us their cargo ships and fighters support. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we'll be flying today. Got a couple of ships here that I've been working on and some that I've been watching for a while. Been really enjoying the assertive acquisitions. Wonder if it's the pilot or the fighter that's the bigger key. But we can just take a look at what they have as far as their armament and acceleration capabilities, which are two of the things that I find to be the most important. My flying style is fast and in the face, and that's because I want to get close enough to hit you with fixed weapons and be able to dodge all of your turrets. And that's very effective for fighting against the AI ships, both these ASSERT craft, the drone craft, or anything that you put the AI combat blocks on. It's also good at fighting other players, as other players will have turrets. However, with the players, you have to worry more about them hitting you with the skill stick. We don't have to worry about that too much today. First one over here is the Wasabi. It's a smaller craft, and with its ion thrusters, I'm not expecting a whole lot out of it. Ions are really low output, and that's not going to be what we're looking for today. We can go ahead and give it a few flights and see how it goes with its Gatling gun and assault cannon armament, but I'm not expecting to perform too well in that craft today. Another ship over here, the H-Tram. It's got 2 forward and 2 downward facing large hydrogen thrusters for that small grid craft. So it is going to be more what I'm used to. Over here we've got the Hammerhead. Hammerhead has a lot of Gatling gun turrets facing the enemy at any given time, which is precisely what I want for AI versus AI fight. And then it's got a fair complement of railguns and Gatling guns fixed to the front, which also help me take out things and put in a lot of hurt. This Viper over here is also heavily armored, but it's got 2 downward and 3 forward thrusters, which gives it lots of acceleration, especially given its very small size and silhouette. And it's got a similar complement of weapons with the Gatling guns and assault cannons fixed forward. So it's able to turn and burn a bit more, and its camera is also protected, which lets it stay in the fight and get that crosshair on the target so we can get some more hits. Last one over here, this Ion fighter, using ions to get away from the explosive capability of the hydrogen, but I'm not expecting a whole lot out of it, given that it is an ion thruster craft. So here I've got the Wasabi, and I also have Quasimodo over here. Let's go see what that looks like. The acceleration on this thing is absolutely terrible. At least what I've been used to. I have been doing a lot with hydrogen-powered racing ships, and those things go from 0 to 100, lickety-split, turn on a dime. So this is like handling a shopping cart that's missing a wheel after driving on the highway all day. But we'll see how it handles, and I expect to lose a few of them. I've got really good camera coverage on here. It's not protected like some of the ones I've been using in my fighters. Just having even a layer of glass over that makes a world of difference. Let's see here as I try to lock on, and out of range for the Gatling, but we can get here. We're about in that Gatling range. Do not want. Nice snipe. Yeah. Good kill there. So even though I'm moving and my little circle's moving, I'm trying to get these shots that I'm firing to land at the right area. So if you think about this circle being center mass on the ship, and you're trying to target some of these Gatlings on here. So if this circle is center mass, and that one is on the rear at the tank, I'm going to shoot the rear of my circle. if I can zoom through here. Oh, camera's gone. That was fast. Since we only have the Gatling and no camera, I'm going to try to get into it. Again, this doesn't have the acceleration that I really want. We have one gun left? That's no good. Some drones. Wasp incoming very fast. I'll turn and fight the Wasp. Even though it feels like I've lost a lot of my guns. He's firing. I don't know where your center is here. Go ahead and do a lead turn. Just get nice and close and pop it, since I can't aim. And here's another one. Target lock. Oops. And then I drop the lock. Get inside its turning circle. There we go. Looks like I missed that one. Try to get a little closer. I don't know why we dropped the lock. It's not good. Oh, lost some flap there. I'll have one gun left. Do I get any locks? Any locks, please? There we go. This makes it easier to see about where I'm shooting at. And now I'm out of Gatling ammo. It's okay, I've got a big one left. We'll just try to get in closer. Close enough to see my red dots from the sight. And I only have one of them left too. It's easier when I had that crosshair. Gotcha, bud. Okay. And let's take a look at what I've done to the poor Wasabi here. So it's kind of slow from what I'm used to, and I got my front end banged up pretty well there. Lost all the ammo out of the Gatling guns and had to finish that off with one of these assault cannons. Spawn another cargo ship, and away we go. Where is the camera on this thing? Oh, it's right up front. Not the worst place to be because it's good center quality there for all the guns, but that's a good place to get shot off real fast with no protection. I usually put a layer of glass in front of mine, just use the other old one like this has, and that way it's somewhat more protected, but it still gets shot up pretty well too. Keep zooming around. Ooh, something hit me. Felt the ship rear from that. Ooh, you've got some big guns shooting at me there. Gonna have to break off from this main ship here in a second. Want to get more distance away from that main craft because I don't want it shooting at me while I'm trying to engage these guys. This is where their group tactics are pretty good because one of them can stay on the main craft and that way it won't despawn and then you have someone else deal with these fighters. Nice lead turn here. Miss you, but you're right in front of me though. That guy. There we go. Got him. Here's your friend. Well, that's not locking. I'm gonna zoom this way towards my primary goal. And while doing so, that should force this little fighter craft to follow me straight on. And even though I'm out of range with this, he's coming to me and I'm firing back. So he can actually run into it. Back on the primary ship. There we are. And yeah, I see your big guns. Just need... There we go. To here. Ooh, we hit something there. Did I get the auto? I did get the auto, but you're fleeing fast, buddy. And now it's 2v1 again. I think this wasabi is smoked as far as catching that ship goes. Let's go ahead and deal with not one but two bogeys while I've got guns left. There's a targeting circle. Splash. I don't even hear the audio for it. Give me a target lock, please. Just do it visually. There's some hits. Some things coming off of it. Oh, you're gone now. And that's another downside of having the cockpit be exposed. That can easily be damaged, but looks like we lost this fight here. Try the H-tram and see how that goes. It's a lot more maneuverable than Wasabi, but I would expect as much from a hydrogen ship, especially one that has 4 large hydrogen thrusters on it. We'll see how we fare against Skippy and whatever fighters it summons. There's a Space Wasp. Looks like I blew out those engines. Sure would love my targeting lock to work. There we go. Nope. Looks like our window got all shot up and so did our cockpit, so we're done with this run. And we'll give the H-tram another run. We have quite a few guns on you. You see one gun shooting, 2 of mine. Come on, focus this target. Turrets, come on. Oh, that's bad. Lost that camera. Still don't see any other targets on my map, so this one hasn't called out for help. Why aren't my turrets being as aggressive to that one? I don't know what you're looking at. Get that dampen. My guns are below. You're gone. And something else is shooting at me there. Looks like it's finally gone too. So it looks like we got it, even though we just blew off this cargo section, which in itself could be a win. But thrusters all shot up. Let's see if we can't get a lock on you. Where's my one landing strut? Let's see here. All right, and let's see if we can't break it. I'm going to go ahead and call that a successful capture. H-Tramp does a lot better, and it's got a better acceleration. That's what I like about it. Let's try the heavier Viper. So this Viper I've got is a similar complement of weapons. It's got 4 Gatlings and these 2 assault cannons. So it should be similar as far as their capability loadout goes. It's not overpowered by comparison, but check out that acceleration, number 1. I'm just booking it. I've got 3 forward thrusters and 2 that are going up, which will let me do some of the maneuvers I've been doing a lot more successfully. And you can kind of see from this camera's view how it's inset a little bit behind some of this glass. It gives it just a tiny bit more protection, but not a whole lot more. Let's see if I can't match some velocities. And we are well inside of that. Let's shoot here at the rear. I see you. Center. Got you there. Auto damp. Let's see what else we got. There we go. Snipe that one. There we go. There's another turret. And I really wish we had some brighter lights on here or something. Looks like we're on the dark side of stuff. Alright. Well, I'm going to call that easy capture. This one didn't call out for help or anything, but we've disarmed it completely, and it's going to be at our mercy. That's pretty easy. And what did I lose over here? Gatling gun got shot up a little bit. And the biggest thing I've noticed with these Vipers that I've got is this big exposed tank, and it did get hit a little bit, but not too much. So that's one of the downsides to this kind of design, but it gives me the barest of minimum structure for what I need. Let's do that again and see if we can't get another fighter conflict here. Ooh, did I get 2 things here? What's going on? I don't know what's going on, but I don't like that. I don't want to go straight into Moon Dancer, so let's veer off to the side. There's one gun I see. Some long range. Outside of range. Let's shoot center mass. High. I see guns firing. Turning down the side. That side. Was it across? Down this way. There's 1 and 2. And I don't want you getting an angle on me. Hi there. Looks like you took care of 2 of my guns. I don't like that. The other ASSERT ship seems to be pulling away. Let's go ahead and snipe you. Lost another gun there. I know you've got one more in the back. What do you have for me, Moon Dancer? There's a gun over there. Let's... Maybe I got it. Let's take a look around. Take out your comms. You don't need that. Let's see what else we got here. Oops. Oh. And looks like I got cockpitted, which kind of sucks. By a little gun of all things, but it still shows just how frail this thing is, and that has the same weakness as everything else. Watch as the Viper explodes once that tank takes enough damage there. There it goes. So it's still just as easy to be destroyed. Looks like it had 2 little deck guns back here, which ended up getting me at the end. Alright, now on to Ion Fighter that I made here. This one has, or at least should have a lot more thrust than that Wasabi does, because it's got the 3 large ion thrusters in it. But a similar loadout as far as the weapons go. But being an ion-powered or an ion thruster ship, I'm still not expecting it to have the capabilities that the other ships were doing. So here we're starting to engage, and the fighter spawns. So we turn to engage the fighter escort, and we end up doing pretty well against this fighter escort here. This is also using ion thrusters, so we have similar limitations in the power outputs, but my craft, having much larger thrusters, is able to get inside this turn radius and continue to out-accelerate the ship here. I do have some issues trying to actually hit it for some reason, but that's it's poor piloting and poor fighting on my part. All right, fighter down. Let's go ahead and flip on back to our primary target, that Moon Dancer over here. Ship didn't take any damage during that fight, which is good. It gives us more durability to deal with the ample guns of our cargo ship that we are attacking. Quite a few guns all over the Moon Dancer here, so it has excellent coverage, and that makes my job all the more difficult to try to fly around and not get hit, and also still try to land my hits on the ship. Using the targeting reticle and shooting off center from it, that will let me hopefully get some of those hits on the turrets, because they are not all on the center. We can see I slowly start to take them out one at a time, but as I continue to loop around, I will bleed off too much momentum, and these turrets will get a shot on me and start to mess me up pretty well. Even though these interior turrets are shooting rifle ammo, it still adds up over time as they continue plinking at your ship. And they tend to be more plentiful, so they can be just as dangerous as some of these larger Gatlings, just because they are easy to overlook and have better placement options, so they can get put in nooks and crannies and still get quite a number of hits on any would-be assailants. I've got another fighter craft coming in, so I need to break off from here and go address that before the fighter starts to tear me up. My ship has already taken quite a bit of damage too, so it's a good time to disengage from our cargo ship. I can't seem to get a good hit on this little fighter, but I seem to have messed it up quite a bit, so it's making quite wide circles, and it's not being very effective in fighting against me, but I'm not able to take it out either. That's kind of unfortunate. I wanted this ship to do really well, but it just doesn't have the capabilities that I want it to do, and it is no hydrogen-powered Viper like we were flying before. So I'm going to go ahead and call that one quest failed. Not able to take out the cargo ship or take out the fighter there. So that's unfortunate. I like the lighter version of this ship just because it maintains its thrust to weight ratios and lets me move like I want to. That acceleration's pretty good on here. This ship actually has got some railguns on it as opposed to the assault cannons. I wanted to see what that was like. And it's pretty nice, actually. There's the ship that we're looking at. Maybe you're calling some craft breaths, but I don't even suspect I'll have to do much on this, just because my turrets are going to take it out. And these small grid turrets have a range of 600, so I have to get in kind of close. Like it took something out there. Let's go ahead and zoom back in. Looks like my turrets are working on another one there. Working on something in there. Maybe it's working on an interior turret. I'm not sure. Yeah. Probably working on an interior turret in the bridge there. Looks like, nope, that's a dead gun. Now let's come in a little closer and damn. That looks pretty good. Yeah, there's the, I don't know if we got that one in time. You want to flip on me. You're not going to escape, ship. I've got way more thrust. I just need to get a line on that turret. There. I'm going to call that one a capture. There's a transport square. Let's go after that. Come on, targeting. There we are. Got one over here. Let's get in a little closer so I can see. Like one on this side. And one on the top. We're trying to shoot something in there. Zip around this way. It blew up something down there. Looks like it's going for some internals. I lost a couple of tanks. That's bad on me. I'm just going to kill the guns. It looks like I lost some good salvage. Some tanks. Let's see what else we have in here. It's probably an internal turret. that my guns were shooting at. See if we can't see it. We might be able to... Yep, there you are. I see you on the bottom of that thruster. It's probably going to do a lot more damage than I wanted. Did something to it, all right. I wonder if I blew out a gyro since it's spinning now. There we go. Yeah, I blew loose a gyro, and that's why it started spinning. But it looks like I took out the control brick wherever that was at. And I'm going to go ahead and call that one a good capture. So did that pretty easily there, too. Expended a lot of fuel to fly around. Took a few shots, but everything's pretty well intact. And the Gatling guns did most of the work there. And we had some good fights there with these craft. First one up was the Wasabi. Being an ion thrustered craft, did not have the acceleration capabilities that I needed for what we were doing. But overall, pretty decent survivability with its heavy armor and good for taking out the drones. Not so much for the death-defying loops around these capital craft, but overall pretty decent. H-Tram was a bit better in my opinion. It had the hydrogen thrusters to get it to move around a bit more. However, its large silhouette was a great detriment to it, and that also goes with its very large face that would be presented and the easy destroyed cockpit there. Not something that I would typically want to bring into battle regularly. The analogs that I have here, the Ion Fighter, about the same as the Wasabi as far as its output goes. Even though it has a superior thrust output, it's still handled about the same. I just can't get out of ion thrusters what I can for the hydrogen thrusters, and that one also failed to capture any other craft, just like the Wasabi. The Viper I have over here has heraldry in racing craft, and I could loop around these craft and dodge the turret fire at close range. Did get some captures on there, but also exemplifies the weakness of having the cockpit destroyed and the vulnerability of the exposed hydrogen tank. So a lot more like what I'm looking for in fighter combat, but it is still very frail. And finally, the Hammerhead fighter I have here tries to overcome some of the limitations in thrust capability and the limited damage output by having significantly more turrets and has a superior complement of fixed weapons. However, it does have a severe limitation when it comes to its fuel supply, having the same one hydrogen tank as that Viper does, except it has almost double the thrusters doing the output there. 8 thrusters, what I was burning almost continuously for any given fight. So I tend to burn through that fuel really fast, and still has the same limitation of the exposed fighter cockpit and the exposed hydrogen tank. I'll probably do another iteration on that craft to at least eliminate some of those deficiencies. Okay, so that's my thoughts on some of these craft and my analogs to them. I hope that helps out with the small grid versus large grid capture capability with the MES. And many of these tactics can also be applied to large grid ships. Make sure you maintain your thrust to weight ratios and also bring plenty of powder to the fight. Until next time, go forth and build great things. Good hunting.